Depression versus bipolar disorder. It's not always so easy to tell. That's what we are talking about in this video. If you're new here, we talk about mental health education and self-improvement. New episodes are produced on a regular basis. So, if you don't want to miss a video, press subscribe and the notification button as well. Bipolar disorder can first appear as depression, mania, or hypomania. If you start out with a depressive episode, you can have that diagnosis for years until you have your first manic or hypomanic episode. After that, you will be diagnosed with either bipolar 1 or bipolar 2. But there are some signs that your depression may really be bipolar disorder, even if you haven't received that diagnosis yet. And why should this matter? Because bipolar disorders require different treatments than unipolar depression. Here are 5 signs that you may be on the bipolar spectrum. The content of this video is based on the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders and Bipolarity Index by Dr. Gary Sachs. The reference to his research article can be found in the description below. 1. Your first episode of depression occurs before the age of 20. The average age of onset for bipolar disorder is between 15 and 20, whereas unipolar depression is between 30 and 40. Yes, it's possible that you can have a depressive episode as a child and not really have anything else happen until your 30s again. But in general, bipolar disorder that includes both depression and mania tend to present itself in the late teen years. Whereas unipolar depression, which is characterized by only depressive episodes, tends to appear later in life. 2. You don't get better with antidepressants, and in some cases, you may even get worse. Antidepressants are more likely to cause mixed states in which you may become anxious or agitated. This is known as wired by tired. Previously, you may have responded well to an antidepressant, but your depression does not seem to be improving despite antidepressant treatment. And it could be that your bipolar disorder is just starting to become more noticeable. 3. You have a family member who is living with bipolar disorder. This is especially important if it's a first-degree relative, such as a parent or child. This wouldn't apply to a cousin. 4. You experience 3 or more depressive episodes in a 5-year period. Bipolar disorder is cyclical in nature, reoccurring on a regular or frequent basis. Mania or hypomania may follow a depressive episode in most cases. Maybe after that there will be a depressive episode at some point, and these episodes keep cycling even though they might happen months or even years apart. When you have depression on its own, you typically experience an episode that may or may not recur, but unless seasonal affective disorder is present, which is a distinct condition from depression on its own, you don't typically experience this pattern of recurrence. We now begin to wonder more seriously about the possibility that an individual with recurrent depressive episodes may have bipolar spectrum disorder, and you know that hypomanic episodes can go unnoticed. In most cases, hypomania does not cause impairment. In a future video, I'll discuss the differences between bipolar 1 and bipolar 2. However, it does not have the same level of impairment as the manic episodes cause. It is possible to have a hypomanic episode in which you feel really good, on top of the world, and can do whatever you want without thinking about it as a problem. So when you step back, it appears that you had repetitive depressive episodes, but the hypomania went unnoticed. That could explain why your repetitive depressive episodes are part of bipolar 2 disorder in this case. Lastly, number 5. You take a mood stabilizer and are completely recovered within a month. This is still a tricky sign because we will use mood stabilizers as an additional treatment for treatment-resistant depression. Now, this is not an absolute. It doesn't mean that if you've ever responded well to a mood stabilizer like Abilify, Rexulti, or Seroquel, which they use for a variety of reasons. It does not imply that if you've done well with one of these, you have bipolar disorder. These are just hints or suggestions that may have been an issue for you. You and your doctor may want to consider whether your illness, specifically the depression you are experiencing right now, is part of a bipolar illness. And why should this matter? Because the way we treat bipolar disorder differs from the way we treat depression, and as I previously stated, some people with bipolar disorder do worse on antidepressants. Especially antidepressants alone. What your doctor would do differently is either add a mood stabilizer to your antidepressant or discontinue the antidepressant entirely, and treat you with 1 or 2 mood stabilizers. These are some of the differences you would notice if you were being treated for bipolar disorder versus depression. Please remember, it is crucial that you should always consult a qualified healthcare professional first. That's it for today. Please remember to press the subscribe and the notification button as well. Don't forget to check out my other videos on related topics. Stay informed, stay empowered. Until next time.